Good morning, everybody. Happy Tuesday. Tasty Tuesday, thrilling Tuesday, tantalizing Tuesday, whatever you want to call it. Oh, yesterday was and I've been up, oh shit. I didn't mean to show my belly, sorry guy. Nobody needs to see that. It was up early today. It was good, but the rain, it makes you want to stay in bed, right? I got a lot of messages yesterday from a lot of different people telling me that they really appreciated everything that I talked about yesterday in this live. And, people reaching out to me and, just saying, keep up the good fight, keep informing everybody. People sharing their stories with us, with me, about what it is that, they've gone through and where they are at with their process of healing and understanding mindfulness and awareness, and intuitively knowing what it is that they need to do to be happier and be better. One of the things that I wanted to say, I had to crack the neck there. It was a little bit, I had a crick in my neck. And I think I would have played football yesterday. I slept with Ralphie. Ralphie's still kicking, so I don't know. He's still got that obstruction in his throat. Ralphie's my cat, everybody, just in case you don't know. And, I took him to the vet a couple of different times here in Cheektowaga. I'm thinking about, I tried to get an appointment at a vet, and it's like, 3-4 weeks out unless you're already a part of that veterinarian's office. So I've been thinking about maybe taking him over to Grand Island. I'm hoping that, if I do take him over there, it'll be good. So, get this off here. Sorry about that, guys. So, I started thinking about everything that I was talking about yesterday. And, I wanted to share some things that make me happy, that I do every day. And one of the things that make me really happy, and it's just simple things like, getting clean shaved, I've just last night I had my clippers, a set of clippers that I got from a friend of mine. They work great, and they got a 0 on it, so it's awesome. You get it all cleaned up. Get the herb. So, I like doing that. But that's a simple thing I give myself every morning. I make sure that I sit down and I have breakfast every morning. I sit down and I make sure I eat what I want to eat. As far as, if I want to have French toast, or if I want to have pancakes, or if I want to have, bacon, or if I want to have eggs, I make sure I take the time to enjoy that time that I'm cooking. I enjoy the smells. I make sure I make a cup of hot tea. Now, I love coffee. I absolutely love coffee. I love the smell of coffee. I got a candle that smells like coffee. Sorry, guys, got to turn this down to where. Didn't know that was still on. Man, everything's on today. I had all the notifications on. But I love doing that. Love having a cup of hot tea. I love just sitting there, and relaxing. And I love taking in the smells. People know I like cinnamon rolls. Love those cinnamon rolls. And I don't make them that often, but I love that smell. And, giving yourself those things, that little bit of a routine in the morning is huge. It's, just enjoying that warm cup of tea and relaxing and not feeling like you have to race through it. You take that deep breath because we start to get panicked a little bit. We start to get anxious a little bit. We start thinking about the day. We start thinking what we've got to do. And that starts, that anxiousness, that builds, right? We feel it here, right? The chest, it gets heavy. You feel that tightness in your shoulders. You feel that tightness in your neck. And then, maybe it goes to the back of your neck and then your eyes and your head. It just all started with us feeling anxious about thinking about what was going to happen during the day. None of that stuff that's happening during the day, none of it is so important or, monumentous that you have to stress yourself out about it. Focus in on being in the moment, enjoying that moment, relishing it, and appreciating it. That is the biggest thing that I can tell you guys. that breathing. Every time you feel that heaviness in your chest, every single time you feel that heaviness in your chest, dude, it is instant. It is instant on how it makes you feel. And if it starts to creep back up, breathe again. You breathe again. And you focus in on the moment that you're in and doing everything that you're doing in that moment. You know, you're thinking about like, oh, you got to text people or you got to call people. I got all these people to call, and you're already pushing yourself past, you know, the second and third and fourth thing. And you're in the phone call that you're in, and you're short with the person. You're curt. You're not really paying attention. You know, you're not present for them. And, you know, they notice that and they feel it. So being in that moment is huge. Allowing yourself to be in that moment is huge. I love working out, you know, so I make sure I get that in at least a couple or a few times a day, you know. And my workouts are short. They're abbreviated, like 10 or 15 minutes, because of everything that's going on. It's tough for me to kind of apply an hour to everything. But I really enjoy that. You know, I enjoy, you know, getting a little bit of cardio in. I enjoy getting, you know, the weights in and doing that, you know, plyos if I'm doing push-ups or chin-ups or whatever, you know, sit-ups, a good routine that you could put together, 5 or 10 minutes. Everybody I work with, I try to convince them of how important that is. And the reason it's important, it really gets that blood flowing in the morning. You know, it makes you feel accomplished. 5 or 10 minutes and you would be amazed at how invigorated and alive you feel doing it. So I enjoy doing that, you know, and I think that what's really important that a lot of us forget about doing is we forget to, you know, validate and reflect and affirmate ourselves. We forget to reflect upon what we've done, what we've accomplished, wherever it is, whatever it is that we've done. And, you know, just to reward ourselves. That's a reward you're giving yourself when you're thinking about, that felt good to do that. You know, I baked that or I cooked that or I went over to my mom's or my friends and, you know, we had a great time and, you know, I was in the moment and I was laughing because I breathed. I didn't bring any of the heaviness to that situation. None of my heaviness that I'm dealing with. I let it all go and I was in the moment and I let myself have fun and I let myself appreciate my friend, and it was an amazing moment. How many times do we have things that we schedule with family or friends and, you know, we're looking at the watch. I got to be at the next place. I got to be at the next place, rather than sitting. And how does that make the other person feel? It makes them feel like they're not worth it. It makes them feel like, you know, okay, well, they've got this amount of time for me and then that's it. You know, when you're there, be present, be with that person and attentive. And it helps you too because you're actually going to be able to have that conversation rather than being anxious, which turns into edginess and shortness and abruptness. And you're going to have a great time. You're going to be able to focus in on that person and that individual. And I think in these times, so many people that I talk to, so many people are so down for so many reasons. And I think it's very important to remember and realize, take a look at your group of friends, guys. Don't be afraid to reach out to them and say, hey, I would love to hang out with you. You know, let's schedule a day this week. Let's schedule an evening this week. Let's go for a walk. Let's schedule an hour together. And then maybe that becomes routine every week. They need it as much as you do, guys. So don't be afraid to invite them to come out and do stuff. Really don't. It's just so gratifying and so satisfying, and you feel so enriched when you're done doing it. Especially when you've shed everything else, you've let it go, you're breathing, and you're just lost in that conversation and that relationship with that person. Everything that you're sharing. It's just really, really important. The other thing that you guys can do for yourselves is this. Make sure you're focusing in on family. Make sure you're focusing in on friends. You make sure you're focusing in on neighbors because those people need you as well. Like they really do. And, they may be going through the things that you're going through way worse and way more intensely than what you are. And they may look to you for, guidance, for reassurance, for strength. And so many people go, I can't do that. I don't know how to do that. That's not me. It can be. It should be. Especially if you're at home depressed and feeling alone. You don't have to be, people are like, I keep a tight circle. Whatever. Give me a break with the tight circle stuff. I get it. You can keep a tight circle where you're not sharing all of your, you're not having sex with the person on the first date. You hold it, be reserved. You don't have to share everything with everybody. Even after you get to know somebody for a while, you don't have to share everything with everybody. People are like, people aren't good people, and, people are who they're going to be, and it always comes back and bites me in the ass if I'm going to do this. Stop. Really, stop. Allow yourself to free yourself of those things. Allow yourself to start fresh, and think from a new perspective and put your mind in a new place so that you can give yourself. If you're alone, the only one that's going to fix it is you. If you're unhappy, if you're depressed, if you're anxious, if you're angry, agitated, upset, the only one that can fix that is you. It starts with you. And what are you going to do to change those things? And, people are like, well, I don't know how to do it, or I don't know. They think they don't have the people or the tools. And in some cases, that's the case. It is. And then there's a little bit more work involved in how to get to that point. You have to become a part of, some type of group, whatever group, Marching Patriots, Watchmen New York, FreeNewYorkState.com, Breathe Free New York, Freedom Fighters, Constitutional Coalition. You can become a group, part of anything, and then you're going to see like-minded people. And the group of people that we're all with, we've met one another, and we've gone out to restaurants. We've gone out for bonfires and chili fests and rallies, of course, right? You can build those relationships and those friendships very quickly and very easily. If you don't want to be alone, guys, you can. But so many of us have people in our lives, even if you've had differences with them. If they're toxic, you can't have them in your life. Like, you just can't. But if it's been a small little difference or something that happened, just reach out to them, and then build on it. Build your team, because that's the way you kind of got to look at it. You build your team of people that you have around you. Not that you're using them. It's not that way at all. It's about having friends in a network of people that you can turn to and that they can turn to as well. Don't have it be one way. Don't have it be unilateral and it's always you, singular. You've got to be there for them in the same way that you're going to need them to be there for you. So, once you start to feel that anxiety and depression and everything else go down. So this is what happens, right, with us. We get up, maybe you're working from home, which a lot of us are. All of a sudden you eat, you start into your day. Before you know it, it's 11 o'clock. Oh, shit. I haven't done anything. I didn't work out. I didn't cook myself breakfast. I didn't make that stuff. I didn't clean cut. I didn't shave. I didn't do that for myself. I didn't play with the dogs, because sometimes, guys, it's as simple as that. Like, how many of us have pets? How many of us have pets and don't pay attention to them at all? Just imagine if you were just able to give them 5 minutes in the morning, or 5 minutes, or 10 minutes, or even take them for a walk. Imagine how much better you're going to feel. How many times do we just walk by the cat? How many times do we walk by the dog, the bird, the gerbil, the snake, whatever? Snake probably doesn't want to be walked, but anyways, maybe it does. I mean, I've known some guys and women who own snakes. It was like the iguana, whatever it is you guys have, pay attention to it, and that'll be rewarding for you as well. Because we take things for granted. We look over top of them. You see the mess in the corner, but you just walk past it. You keep walking past it. But it's about us, each one of us, and it's about those people in our lives, and it's about those pets too. those little things can add up to giving you this wealth of warmth inside you. And rather than getting through your day and it being 11 o'clock and you're like, I'm not going out, and now it's lunch, and what am I going to do for lunch? And then you go back to work, or maybe you lay down and you take a 15-minute power nap that turns into an hour. And you're like, what time is it? You wake up, oh man, what day is it? How long was I out? Where's the phone? Shit. We've all done that. We've all been there. So and then you get through your afternoon, and then it's 5 o'clock and it's dinner, and then you got your evening stuff going on. You don't really have any plan for an evening, so you watch some YouTube, you play some games on the phone, maybe you text a couple of people, whatever the deal is. And then before you know it, it's 8, 9 o'clock. It's dark, you're not going out, you're ready for the next day. And what could have happened is you could have set a schedule for yourself that day, every day, guys. Every day, set that schedule to make sure you're giving yourself some time to go out and do what it is that you want to do. Walk your neighborhood. I love walking my neighborhood. Ride your bike. I love riding my bike around too. If you have different events that take place either in your town or near your town, not that there's many of them happening now, but, like we have there's like a group of cars that get together at Sonic, and I'm not sure which day it is, but then there's also the haunted houses that are there too. So if you have something like that that's seasonal or, daily or weekly, monthly, make sure you're putting it on your schedule and your calendar where you're going to see it. Physical calendars are huge, guys. Calendars in your phone are awesome, but how many of us don't go look at the calendar every day? This guy right here. And I have to. Like every day, I mean, we all have hundreds of things to do, right? All of us. I should be looking at it and I don't. But you have that physical calendar and you get used to looking at it, then you don't miss it. And then you're like, I missed that. I wanted to be there so bad. Get that physical calendar. Go old school. I don't care what it is. Maybe you like WWE wrestlers. Maybe you like cats. I don't know. Maybe you like Star Trek. Dukes of Hazzard. Whatever calendar it is. Get a physical calendar, put it up. And those little ones are fine too, you know what I mean? But, but the big calendar, put it on the refrigerator, put it on the wall, go old school, get over it. Everything in your house is gray anyways. Everybody's into that gray and white, monotone and neutral. I'm like, oh my God, does anybody like color anymore? Where'd all the color go in our lives? I need to go to a Mexican restaurant. I need to see those horrible and awful oranges and greens. Put it up on your wall. And write down on it like grandpa, and mom used to do, put everything on there. Put it where you can see it. Put it where it's prominently displayed. And the reason that that's important is it gives us something to look forward to, it reminds us. But do things every day to look forward to. Every day, because, when we look at things, I'm looking forward to a week. Yeah, that's important to have that. But sometimes we get so caught up in it that we forget to live in the now. We forget to be present. We forget to be in the moment and appreciate the journey and everything that we're going on, everything that's going on. So having that stuff is just really, really important so you don't forget what to do. And then, make sure you're doing those things that you enjoy and branch out. Like if you have a friend that has, I've had so many friends that are out in the woods, that or have properties way out there, and I need to, take advantage of the offers that they have extended to me to say, Pete, we want you to come out to the property, come out for a bonfire. And my weekends are usually pretty full. There's not much time, but I want to be able to schedule that in and do that with them. They've been gracious enough to extend that offer. Lynn Matwico is one. I need to get out there with her and Guy, and then Nick is another guy, and Joanne, they've invited me out to their property, and so many of you have invited me out to your properties as well. But we go a day, we go a week, we go a month, and then we go a year, and then all of a sudden we're like, oh shit, I really wanted to do that, and I didn't. That's why putting that calendar in is so important. That schedule is so important, You know, if you've got land, if you like camping, do it. Set it up with your kids, set it up with your family, set it up with a friend, whoever, whatever. You know, go camping in late fall. Go camping in early spring. You feel that it's brisk, baby. You feel that chill in the air, but it's worth it. It's fun. You know, you go see that sunrise and see that sunset, and you sit there and you watch that fire. You know, if you just want to do glamping, I don't care. Or even go camping in your backyard. How many of us can say that we've done that? There are so many things we can do that whatever it is that you enjoy, make sure you're doing that and getting out there. Like for me, hiking is a big thing. You know, I love going hiking around here. Now, I don't travel that much out of the area, but I should start doing that, you know. And, you know, I love, you know, playing my sports. I love playing football. I love playing volleyball. I love going over to my friends' houses for dinner and sharing time. And I like private dance parties in the house, singing. You know, I enjoy that stuff. I really do. So make sure you're giving yourself that stuff, guys, every day. And it's going to put you in a much better place. Everybody that I talk to is, you know, we're struggling with family that are putting us down. We're struggling with friends that are putting us down. And you guys got to be able to step away from those people. Like, you really do. You got to ask yourself, why do I feel compelled to continuously and constantly engage someone who I'm constantly battling with? You don't need to do that, guys. You can stop those battles instantly. Instantly. And once that heaviness and that combativeness and that confrontation and all the associated thoughts and feelings and emotions and the physical stuff that comes with it, you're going to be like, holy shit, this is amazing. You mean I don't have to engage in that? I don't have to have that person there with me? You can do that. And you don't have to cut them out of your life. Don't make it so dramatic. You know, some people, today's the day. I'm cutting out all these people on Facebook. Or, you know, I don't have time or patience for this person. It doesn't have to be something, you know, so huge like that. It really doesn't. It can be simple. You just like, look, I'm not going to look at their posts anymore. I'm going to block it so I don't see their posts. I'm going to block it so they don't see mine. And that's going to start that. And, you know, I just had a conversation with somebody today. They said that, yeah, believe it or not, I've had a conversation with people already. But they said that they were talking with somebody. It was a coworker or somebody who was coming into the business, and they saw the Back the Blue sticker that they had, and the person wanted to get into it with them politically. And they just said, you know, excuse me, if it's all right, you know, you have your ideology, I have my ideology. I don't want to discuss it. You know, you know, you're right to have yours, I'm right to have mine, and that's it. And the person wanted to constantly engage. So they had to disengage, and then they walked away. The added bonus is that it drives them nuts. It drives them insane and crazy that they cannot get you to engage them. It does. And people are like, well, you know, you need to talk to people like that. Absolutely. Talk to people who have different thoughts than you do. If they can do it in a respectful way. If they can do it in a conscientious and civil way. In a healthy way. If they can't, if you feel them getting elevated, forget it. Walk away. Don't allow yourself to get caught up. And once you walk away, push it right out of your brain. Don't even think about it. Why is everybody like that? Who cares? Why does it matter? They're going about their day. You're going about your day. And, you know, she did that. And it was awesome. It's just like, it felt great. It's like, it felt so good to not have to entertain that. I go, doesn't it? You know, a friend of mine, Nick Nizinski, who is working hard with Breathe Free New York, and we just brought Heather Lorenzo into the fray as well. You know, we've got Diana Thorne is working with us. We've got Chris Barber working with us on Breathe Free New York. And then we just brought Heather Lorenzo in. Everybody has their role in what they're trying to accomplish. We want to make this better. We want to make this more focused. So, you know, we've had a couple of hiccups here with everything. So we're trying to make sure it's going to run more smooth. It's going to run better. But we brought her in, and I feel like she's going to help. Heather's going to do a great job with the group. Well, Nick struggles with his family. and his family just saying some horrible and just terrible things. Just nasty, mean-spirited, mean-hearted things that they tell him. And even his own mother is telling him things like this. Like, it's just terrible. It's horrible. It's awful. And just had Cheektowaga Popo rolling through the neighborhood, so I don't know if they're coming for me. Maybe. Maybe they found me from last week. Where were we? Oh, yeah, God, Fuji Grill. I think they called the cops. So anyways, I don't know. They did call the cops. Cops showed up. I don't know. Anyways, but it was a great day. Oh, that day. But yeah, we got screwed up. And it sucked. It with the Breathe Free New York, a couple of hiccups, but everybody still wants to do it. Everybody still wants to be a part of it. So we brought Heather in, and we're going to do that. With Nick, he is just struggling with the family stuff. So he reaches out to me and he talks to me. And even if it is family, even if it is friends that you have, even if they are friends that you have, you got to just be able to walk away from those people. Like, you really do. It hurts sometimes, right? It hurts our hearts to have to walk away from your mom or your brother or family. But I had to, but then it brought me closer to other members of my family. And, what it did was, they get closer to the members of their family that they're like-minded with, and they feel more encouraged. And rather than being tore down every single time you're having a conversation with them, you don't have to deal with that. You don't have to worry about being caught up in the emotions that are associated with everything that you're having a conversation with. My family got really, really nasty. Like I never expected some of the people that got nasty with me to have gotten they would have gotten nasty with me. Never expected it. Not in a million years. They're calling me names. They're having conversation with my mom, telling them that, I should probably be hospitalized or, be checked out for mental illness. And that's what these people do. They project, they misdirect. They misrepresent. They wrongfully characterize your person. They try to vilify and villainize you. And you're like, man, I'm not the crazy one, because here's the data. Here's the science. Did you get sick? Do you know anybody that got sick? Did anybody at Home Depot, Walmart, Tops, Wegmans, Target, any government employees, did they get sick and die? When's the last time they got sick and died? When's the last person that got sick and died? How many times has CDC lied? How many times have they gotten it completely wrong? How many times did WHO get it wrong? How many models were wrong? How many countries have been open? How many states have been open? How many counties haven't had a death in them in New York State the entire time? And only a handful of people that contracted it. But I'm the crazy one. You're the one wearing a mask that you're touching everything all day. Touching, touch, and you're constantly adjusting that mask. Constantly adjusting that mask. Touch, go to the bathroom, touch. Use the door, touch. Test your mask. Go ahead, test it. I dare you. Let's take a look and see, not only are you limiting and restricting your oxygen, which is why we have Breathe Free New York, and you know how we know it restricts your oxygen to dangerous levels? Because the only organization that did the research, the science, and the studies on it, OSHA, says that it was used in several cases across this state and across the country as the validation for the court decision that said, yes, employers don't have to force their employees to wear masks. It drops oxygen levels to a dangerous level. It can result in brain damage, and it can result in breathing disorders and making you lightheaded and dizzy, so that you become a hazard at work. Tripping hazard, falling into things, walking into things, walking in front of things. That's why OSHA says don't wear a mask constantly. That's why WHO, CDC, NIH, every other thing, mask manufacturers, the one group of people that did all their studies does not protect against virus. Do not wear on a constant basis. Why? Why not wear a mask on a constant basis sitting on your Well, I don't know. Unless physiology and anatomy in the human body has changed when we breathe, when we expel carbon dioxide from our bodies, what also comes out? It's not just air. What else is it, guys? Oh, moisture. Moisture comes out. So your mask that you're wearing all day long, and what grabs everything better than air? Oh, water. Everything attracts to water and is just a sponge for bacteria and dust, everything else. And what's on that dust? You're walking through the Home Depot, all that dust is kicking up. You're walking through the store, all that dust. What's on that dust? What do you think is on people's shoes? What do you think's on their shoes? Then that dust is kicking up, and that dust is magically attaching itself to the mask. Why? Because it's wet. Oh. Adjust. Test those masks. Let's see how much bacteria and see how many viruses on them. That you now are compromising your immune system, because that's what happens when you restrict your breathing. Body's not designed to be that way. Now you're restricting your breathing. You're susceptible, your immune system is compromised, and you're more susceptible to infection, bacterial infection and viral infection and disease. Science, epidemiology, basic 101 stuff that everybody has been saying all along, but you're out there wearing a mask. And it's completely ineffective. Mask manufacturer says it, OSHA says it. WHO, CDC, Barks, Fauci have all maintained it, but now all of a sudden we have to wear the masks. So what's happening with Nick is he's battling these people in his family, as we all are. Walk away from them, guys. Don't be afraid to walk away from your family or your closest friends. Do not allow negativity and toxicity into your life. Don't allow it. Just don't. Because the things that is holding you back and repressing and restricting you from doing is everything. Because you're consumed by it every single moment of every single day. Just walk away. Let it go. Don't be afraid of what the family's going to say. I did. I walked away from my family and I'm like, I can't deal with these people. I'm not going to. And I shouldn't say these people, but they're not seeing the science. And they say they're seeing the science. Look, we know the facts. Okay, well, let's take a look. Let's take a look at the data. You know, you thought it was going to do this and be this, and it's not, and it's this. You know, and you said that all these people were going to die, and they didn't. So tell me where I'm wrong. Well, masks saved everybody. Oh, the masks saved everybody. Oh, okay, so it wasn't the dozens of treatments that exist. And then the argument that these people are saying now is that it's only Trump that got that treatment. People have been receiving that treatment countrywide for months. You know why you don't know about it? Because the media doesn't tell you about it. Why doesn't the media tell you about it? The media doesn't tell you about it because they want you to live in fear. They want to control you and own you. They don't want to think that you can be healed from it or take preventative measures where you're not even going to get it. They want you to think that it's deadly. And then all of the people that have been completely brainwashed by this, convinced that this is a thing. And what are they doing? They just are so entitled and enabled at this point to just be so nasty, right? You know, people being nice and civil anymore. Like, you know, Nick was saying he picked up the phone, was trying to make a complaint about somebody. They just hung up. They made the mistake. He wanted to make a complaint. They hung up once he asked them their name. Went to management. They hung up. It is the same. Absolutely, Melissa. They definitely did from the very beginning. And they came up with alternative treatments, and then they were blocking them. Why is that not? Why are these people not being charged with murder? You know? You got to ask yourself that. But they want to make, anyways, we're talking about Michigan and get off on a tangent. So these people, these nasty people that are family and friends and people that we don't even know that are in the restaurants or that are working for these businesses, they feel they don't even have to be nice anymore. They've seen it. Civility is out the window. And that is a direct cause of pulling cars and Cuomo and Hochul and Bernstein and that other guy, Zucker. All of these guys, Fauci, Birx. What is happening right now with people feeling enabled to attack people for no good reason, yell at them, scream at them, assault them, berate you verbally, disrespectfully, that's all on them. They've told you, report them, expose them, see something, say something. They are the ones that are causing that. Businesses don't have to take your business. Oh, but if you're a Christian cake worker, you got to make something for somebody that goes against your religious ideology. But if you're a person that doesn't wear a mask because you have a disability, you can discriminate and be bigoted and prejudiced. It's all gone out the window, guys. We've seen what these people do in cars when they're going by, yelling, screaming with kids there. We've seen what these people have done in stores to elderly people, young people, police feeling like because Cuomo comes out and says, we're going to fine you if you don't get involved. Police feeling enabled that they could come out and start to harass citizens. It's insane. And what is the reason why people, that are in, the health department or the police departments or, any government agency or even the restaurants, the employees or the owners, why is it that they feel like they can do this stuff to you? Because they've been told they can. And they're getting away with it every single minute of every single day. And it's not right. And they feel like they are in the right. Like they have gotten people so convinced to be able to be filled with hate, that it's okay to be filled with hate. Like it's no different than, the Chinese hating, Muslims. It's no different than any ethnicity hating another ethnicity, and trying to have that ethnic cleansing. It's no different. They're utilizing the same tactics, the same measures to just brainwash people into hate. But the focus of this hate are Trump supporters. There are people who don't want to wear masks. There are people that know what the vaccines do and, are truth tellers. People, even people who are religious. You shouldn't want to go to church because that's one of the worst places. So if I go to church, that's one of the places I'm going to be most susceptible. Where's the science on that? Where's the case study that Cuomo demanded? The closed case study for that churches are where you're most susceptible. Show me that one. You ain't going to find that. But these people literally believe it. And then they're our family and our friends, and they decide that it's okay to mistreat us. Or you work for them, and they decide, or you go to the restaurant, your coworkers, they decide that it's okay to mistreat you because they've been told and convinced that bad, I need to tell, I need to say this to this person. And then they report you. Somebody who's your friend reports you. I can't tell you how many times that happens or how many family members just get so pissed. Walk away from it, guys. We got to be the bigger ones. We've got to be stronger than that. We've got to be smarter than that. We've got to be better to ourselves and for ourselves to walk away from it. Because I'm telling you, walking away from all of that is going to put you in a place where you're able to do the things that I'm telling you. That you're going to be able to give to yourself, that you're going to be able to be happy. And this is the information that I extend to everybody. Everybody that I talk to, everybody that I help with nurture, everybody that's met me through the Patriots. This is the same information I share with them. It takes a little bit of strength, it takes a little bit of conviction, it takes a little bit of courage to do it. But I can tell you 100% of the time when somebody does it, it is completely effective and it is completely freeing. And relinquishing all of that hate and that anger from all these other sources is huge. You know, I got kicked off my volleyball team, my Tuesday volleyball team. Lucas is on. Good morning, Lucas. Hi, Volume. Or hi, Bonnie. You know, hey, Melissa, I hope you're still there. But I got kicked off my Tuesday volleyball team. Now, I know I've been playing with these guys forever. I know why I got kicked off, because they all believe COVID is still a thing. Like, I don't even know how anybody who is rational, logical, or sane can see everything that's going on and still believe it's a thing. Like, I can't. But you're entitled to think and believe the way that you did. And I never engage them with that stuff. They'll come out and they'll throw a hand grenade out there, you know, launch something, you know, a little bit passive aggressive, and they'll wait to see if I'll respond. And most of the time I don't. I just let it lie. But then I have fun with it. And even when I have fun with it and I say something, they get pissed. Ooh, why are you making it about politics? Are you serious? You just like threw 6 hand grenades in a row. I finally respond in a joking and lighthearted way, and I'm the bad guy. And that's kind of what happens with all of us, right? With our family and our friends. You know, what happened with Nick was, you know, he made a post to somebody that said, you know, the guy kept attacking him, attack. So he finally responded. And his mother, he goes, Pete, that's the first time I've ever done anything like that. So his mother conflated that to, that's how Nick is all the time. Nick's just out of his mind. He's not seeing the signs. And even she mischaracterized and misrepresented who he is. You know, and then, you know, and all these people that we have these conversations with that are on the opposite side of us, they end up saying, how many times has that happened? Oh, they're just crazy. You know, oh, they're always mean-spirited to people. And you're like, you know, oh, you're just so what's the word? Rigid. You're just so rigid. You don't listen to anything. You don't listen to anybody. You're like, who are you talking about? Because everybody that I talk to does not characterize me that or represent me that way or describe me that way. Nobody does. But then they get it in their mind that you're that way, and then they represent you like that. So know, guys, that you're not alone in that fight and that struggle. You're really not. Know that there are so many others like us that are struggling with this daily and have struggled and dealt with it. And the absolute best thing that you can do for yourself is just walk away from it. But don't be like, you know, don't make a big scene about it. Just walk away. Let it go. Be calm. You know, those coworkers, you know, you be civil with it. You be respectful. You go, look, you see the way you see things. I see the way I see things. I'm not going to change you. You're not going to change me. You're free to think what you want. Can't we just talk about something else? Can't we just have some fun? And it works all the time when you do it. You know, and sometimes you're going to get that person, they're going to be screaming and yelling at you. You just go, hey, love you. Have a great day. God bless. And you'd be amazed at how effective that is. We have a big march tomorrow. Russ Thompson is putting that on in the city. I don't know exactly what time it is. There's going to be a rolling parade, a rolling protest, and then a walking protest and parade that's taking place tomorrow in the city at Delaware Circle. Breathe Free New York tonight. We are not going to have an event. We weren't able to put it together. Heather Lorenzo is on board now. She's putting together the list. We're going to have a text list. If you want to be a part of Breathe Free New York, where we're going to restaurants and small businesses to support them, and you want to come with your family or friends, please, guys, let me know. It's usually every Tuesday at 6 o'clock. We're not going to do it this week. We don't want to have a similar fiasco that happened last week. So we want to be buttoned up. We try to get the RSVPs back to us by Friday, though, guys. If you want to be a part of it, message me. If you have my personal number or, you know, in Messenger, send that stuff to me. Guys, the big one, please, this Saturday, put it in your calendar. If you have never been to a Marching Patriots parade, please put it in your calendar and come out to West Seneca. Super easy to get to. Southgate Plaza on Union Road. In West Seneca at 3 p.m. is the Marching Patriots Parade. We've done one other Marching Patriots Parade in West Seneca. We've done a bunch of freedom fighters rallies where we're exposing the opposition, the incumbent candidate for that political office. And then we've also put the information, the literature out for our candidates out there in West Seneca. But this one is a Marching Patriots Parade. And if you don't know what it is, all it is that we go around with patriotism and we march with our flags. We have music playing. We have, the kids are there. The kids, I love it. We do like, America, land of the free, or, where we go one, we go all, we are one. We do chants like that. And it's all inclusive, guys. It's everybody, liberals, Democrats. If you're an American, you're welcome to come. We extend that invitation to everybody, and we don't exclude anybody. So come on out for that this Saturday. Like I said, Southgate Plaza on Union Road in West Seneca. You're not going to miss the trucks. We're going to also have a rolling parade so that, the vehicles, we may have 40 military vehicles, or a lot of military vehicles with flags on them as well. Partnered up with Kristen yesterday. Oh my God, Kristen is amazing. She's working with KIA, and that is a charity. Kristen is partnering with myself and Lisa with everything that we're doing with the Watchmen and community outreach. So if you guys are around or in the area, please put it in your schedule to be there, West Seneca. It is going to be amazing. JB Aaron, I didn't hear back from him. I reached out to Michelle. It's his girlfriend yesterday. I met him on Saturday. Amazing country artist. His song, Boots, we asked if we could use that as our official song for the group. He said absolutely. He offered to sing the national anthem for us. So we'll see what happens, if he's going to be able to make it or not. But at least he's allowing us to use the music. And if we don't sing, he's not going to be there to sing the national anthem together, all of us. Imagine how beautiful that is going to be when we're all singing the national anthem all at once. It's just going to be amazing. Tell all your friends. We would love to have hundreds of people show up to this. Right before Trump, right before the election. We're 21 days before the election now, guys. We would love to have a huge, showing here for this event. I usually show up at 2:30. I'll be there at that time. We're also doing a Springville event out there. They've been asking us to come back. So that we're going to do on Sunday. That is going to be at 3 p.m. as well on Sunday. And I don't think there's a Bills game, so you should be able to make it. I think the Bills game's on Monday. Bring your American flag. Bring your American shirts. Dress up as a superhero, Captain America, whatever you want to do. Dress up and come out. Bring friends. Bring family. If you have military veterans that if you have active military, bring them out. Bring law enforcement out. If you're a part of groups that have these people involved, get out there. On Saturday. It's going to be a big one, guys. We want this one to be huge, and we've already extended the invitation out to so many people. That's everything that we've got going on. We will get back to Breathe Free New York event next week, Tuesday. Heather is going to send the text out and messages out to everybody. But like I said, if you want to be a part of Breathe Free New York and you want to be there to support local businesses, the way we do it is we're no longer going to restaurants on days that are open. We're putting restaurants at risk because they are having their snitches and the health department come out and eyeball and then call up the health department and put the restaurant at risk. We're not doing that. So what we're going to do is we set it up that we go in and they make it a private party. And it's way better anyways. If we get 30 or 40 people that show up, it's just a great time. Even if you have 12 people show up, it's a great time. And the restaurants are so appreciative. If you guys have any restaurants or small businesses that you know of, please let me know and get me that information so that we can add those to our list. I can add that to the list for Heather to reach out to and communicate with, and then we can have that schedule set up and established so we can work out so you guys can RSVP as soon as possible. But guys, I can't impress upon you enough how important the RSVPs are. We need those in, and the reason we need those in is so that we can let the restaurants know what to plan for and account for. Guys, today's going to be a busy day. Guys, be encouraged with everybody that we're coming together with. But we need more people. So if you have any skill set or ability whatsoever, join us. You got to add Wimkin, which is an app, but it's a platform, it's a social media platform like Facebook. You have to add MeWe. Please add MeWe and Facebook and Wimkin, guys. On Wimkin, we have Watchmen, New York, and then we have Marching Patriots on MeWe. Real easy to add. Create an account, super easy. It pops up, and then you end up, requesting to be a member of the Marching Patriots. And then when you do that, Mike and Desiree are going to vet you, make sure you're good and who you say you are, and they're going to allow you in. You're going to have access to all the Marching Patriots events. Watchmen New York, you have to be invited by somebody that is in the group already, currently. If you want to be a part of Watchmen New York, Marching Patriots, all they do is march. That's it. Peaceful marches, patriotic, that's it. We say prayers, we sing the national anthem, we come together, maybe we dance, we have the music playing, and that's it. Not dance, but we jump. That's it. Watchmen is a peacekeeping group of men and women, patriots, freedom fighters that are there to stand in opposition of counter-protesters at rallies. That's what we are. That's all we do. We're also there to protect our communities and our neighborhoods from the thugs and criminals and terrorists that took apart that neighborhood and community in Tonawanda. We're there to stand up for law enforcement as well. Even if law enforcement is against us, we're still there to stand up for them, because what Antifa and Black Lives Matter are very good at is falsely accusing police and residents and members of the community, citizens, that they've done something that they haven't. They're very good at lying. They're very good at lying, and they don't care. They do it with reckless abandon. They don't care whose lives they're going to ruin, and they have attorneys with them there to support them. We don't care if the law enforcement doesn't back us. We're still there to support them, guys. That's our job. Our job is to, if you want to become a member of Watchmen, guys, reach out to me. You're going to get the information to me. I got to get the information to our Intel team. Our Intel team does a thorough and exhausting vetting of you. So we will know what your background is. Just so you guys know, we have the resources to do that. But we do that to protect the individuals in the group. We do that to protect the organizations, because what Cuomo does and Poloncarz does and these other leaders, these other leftist leaders in these towns and in law enforcement, what they try to do is they misrepresent, try to vilify and villainize, like they already have for this group, try to say that we're the problem, that we're the antagonists, that we're the agitators, and we're not. And clearly we have all the video of every single event that we've been at to show that. The people in our group, just so you guys know, with Watchmen, we are community leaders. We own our own businesses, have owned our own businesses, employ people, doctors, lawyers, ex-law enforcement, ex-military. And the people that can be in the group are only people that are like-minded and can have control of themselves. We're not there to have they shouldn't say renegades, because renegades is another group that Kristen has, but we're not having, people that are going to go rogue and compromise the group, the mission of the group, or anybody in the group. So if you want to be a part of that, guys, and you want to be informed as to where we're going to go to protect rallies, and that you want to be we would love to have you in there. We already have a few hundred members in. We want to make this group here thousands strong, so that we can show up to every neighborhood that is attacked. And not just that, guys. Watchmen is not just so you guys know, Marching Patriots and Watchmen are not just there for what's happening now, the civil unrest and the chaos that the communists and the leftists and the Marxists are trying to bring into our towns. We're there so that if local government, tries to weaponize themselves against you in any way, that's what we're there for as well, guys. Like, we are helping Joanna, the girl that is being accused in the city of everything that's going on down there. We're helping her. We are there to help everybody. Watchmen is going to become a group, and is quickly becoming a group, and is already a group with these amazing people that are so giving. And we're going to be there anytime local government, I don't care if it's health department, I don't care if it's the SLA, I don't care if it's state troopers, local law enforcement, assessor's office, inspector's office, local town governance, it's family court, it's any one of those entities that are out there that are constantly weaponized against us to tear us apart, we would, after all this is settled, all the dust is settled, and even currently, we're still there for you guys in those ways. And we'll be doing community outreach throughout the entire area to make sure people know what we are and what we represent. So that when the media tries to portray us as white supremacists, white nationalists, they're the problem, they're the antagonist, they're a militia, they're a rogue militia group, angry militant militia group comprised of all white people, all 30 and 40 something, white males, that everybody can go, what? We see all the videos of what the Watchmen do, everything that you're saying and characterizing them as never happened. But what do these people, what do the media love to do? What do they love to do? They love that you can have 10 years, of experience in helping the community, but you do one thing and they love them tearing you apart because of that one thing. See, we told you they were going to be like that. We've been looting and rioting and burning and destroying and terrorizing and killing and murdering 7 months with Antifa, with groups that we support, and funds go directly to us and funds go directly to them. That we don't see anything. But one anarchist group in Michigan plots to kidnap for reasons that they are right to do, because she has broken the law, she has broken the Constitution, she has murdered people. They had every right to do that. Well, that's all militias. That's what. See, the FBI told us that white men were the biggest domestic terrorist threat. Yeah. No, the white kids that you're indoctrinating, the teenagers and the teachers, these virtue signaling social justice warrior teachers that feel it's their job, then they don't have any black friends. They don't have any friends of other ethnicities that feel like they got to talk for everybody, speak for everybody. So those are the groups and organizations. I got into that. I didn't want to a little bit, but I wanted to let you guys know if you do want to become a part of those, that's how you do it. Reach out to me, message me. It was great seeing you guys, and enjoy your day. If you need anything, let me know. If anything happens, I'll come back on. But sunshine, blue skies, washing away the rain. So make sure you guys, listen to what I said earlier and get out there and enjoy yourselves, all right? Make yourselves happy. Love you guys. Bye.